Hello, my name's Lisa, and I think I've had Covid-19 for the last couple of weeks. I've not been tested, but according to the NHS website and a few symptom trackers, it all points to coronavirus. Now I'm making this video because I've been asked by quite a few people to explain my symptoms and to explain the kind of things that worked for me and my son while we were going through it. There's not a lot of information out there about what it's like to have coronavirus, apart from when it's really severe. So I thought I might be able to help some people understand it a little bit more by making this video. So the week after my 11-year-old finished school, he was quite headachy, wanted to go to bed, wanted to sleep for a couple of days. I thought he was just trying to get out of the homeschooling that we'd started, but with hindsight, maybe that was it for him. I don't know. Exactly a week later, bearing in mind we'd hardly been out of the house, we'd hardly seen anybody at all, and had very limited contact with people. Both me and my 14-year-old son started feeling out of sorts. We were very tired, quite moody. Just wanted to sleep all the time. I had a weird kind of burning sensation in my nose, and we both went to bed early. Day 3, I got up and just felt very like a very tight chest. I couldn't get a full breath in. Both me and my son had slept until 11:30 in the morning, which is weird. We'd slept kind of 12 hours. And we were both just exhausted, like the kind of exhaustion you get when you've just had a baby. We had lots of other kind of symptoms, like we lost our sense of taste and smell, and yeah, for me at that point I started taking echinacea straight away. I always do that when I get a cold. Just increased vitamin C and fluids. Both of us lost our appetites, so just didn't really feel like eating at all. On days 4, 5 and 6, we continued with the not being able to get the full breath in. We both had a sensation like we chewed crisps and and they were stuck in our windpipe. That was quite frustrating. Holding conversations was quite difficult. I found myself yawning all of the time because I couldn't get that breath in while I was talking. There wasn't really pain as such, but more of a pressure in that sort of like in the top of my lungs all the time, and just the tiredness was just overwhelming. I had very red cheeks. I didn't have much of a cough, but my son did, and I had more of a temperature and he didn't. So that was a bit strange really, that we had like a mixture, and symptoms would come and go throughout that time. Some of the things that helped us, I found that cough mixture was useless because it just felt so like it was burning as it was going down. So things like white tea and honey and lemon and fruit juices were much more gentle. I also seen a couple of videos on breathing techniques, and they helped as well, trying to get a bit more air into the lungs. So that was very good. Somebody had suggested tonic water, so I was even having a go at throwing some of that at it. Anything really to help. On day 8, I had a bit of a relapse. I'd not slept much in the night, and I woke up in quite a lot of pain. I'm very breathless. Spoke to my husband on the phone. He was working with the army in London, and he was quite worried at that point because I could hardly hold a conversation. I was so breathless. I've got some lovely friends who were giving me words of encouragement and praying for me, and that was a great comfort, and just kept me going really. My son at that point was already back baking, so he was fine. At least I didn't have to worry about him. Days 9, 10 and 11, both of us still had some breathlessness if we were exerting ourselves, both quite tired still, but generally felt much better in ourselves. Today's day 13, and we're both feeling much better. Still easily tired, but generally feeling quite well in ourselves. So mainly, really, I just wanted to reassure people that you can have this and be okay. all the horror stories that are on the news, I think they help with keeping people inside and taking it seriously. But also there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry to do with getting sick. And I just wanted to reassure people that the majority of people get through this. And we're proof of that, and we're very grateful and thankful for that. And we're also very thankful for the people that have left little items on the doorstep that we needed, and also just that continuing support and messages really helped us get through when it was difficult and when it was worrying. So yeah, do that for your friends if you can, and if you have got symptoms, I hope you get better very soon. And you make a good full recovery.